testify that it's impossible for the gun to go off in a struggle. This was a special gun that you needed 8.5 pounds of pressure to shoot it. Now, in the audio, you will see how,
back to back the shots were, which eliminates the idea of this struggle
for the gun and, this idea that was pushed out. Now,
this is exclusive from us.
A lot of people was wondering, in the gunshot audio, why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them arguing? It's because the audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So let me pull it up on the screen.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. That's where I got that clip from. But a lot of evidence from the trial came out, and of course we're gonna go into it. We're gonna break things down. Now, what stood out for me in that audio is the fact that this woman said she had an exclusive. So let me go ahead and go back to that part. Listen to her here.
This is exclusive from us.
So automatically I asked myself, where she get the exclusive from? Now, it's hard for me to believe that police officers or a lawyer, detective, whatever, decided hey, I want to go ahead and give this exclusive to her. Not saying that anything is wrong with her, but in my opinion, I feel like it was Megan's team who gave her or leaked this information. Now, another thing that stands out for me is the fact that she says that the shots are consecutive, right? She said that eliminates the thought or idea that it could have possibly been a struggle for the weapon. So to me, when I hear consecutive, I think of shots sounding like pow, 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 pow. You know what I'm saying? But the shots sounded more like pow, 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 pow. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and play it again. So there was a quick pause in the gunshots. So again, I give my disclaimer. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but I know what I'm hearing from this audio. Moving forward. So audio from the jail call that Tory made to Kelsey the morning after the shooting is also leaked, right? Now, just go ahead and sum up the call. I'm not going to play the call. Y'all can find it on Twitter. Now, let's talk about it. So, Tory Lanez is in jail. So, already in my mind, I'm thinking he's being supervised. Meaning either there is a guard or police officer behind him or they are somewhere nearby. They're not too far away, right? Then I also think about this. The fact that when you on a jail call, an operator comes in before the call and then before the call is over with. So for me, that makes me feel like that makes the two parties aware that they are being recorded. If people want to use the logic that maybe he didn't know he was being recorded. Okay. Now, another thing that stands out on this call is the fact that Kelsey is very calm. She don't sound like she just witnessed this man shoot at her best friend 5 times with the intention to hurt and harm her. She just don't. Now, also in this audio, you can hear Tory Lanez saying that he is so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was so drunk. I'm so sorry. But he never says what he's apologizing for. A lot of people feel like just the simple fact that he's apologizing, that he is confessing. Me, in my opinion, that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense for him to be, I'm sure, near a police officer or a guard, knowing that he is being recorded while speaking, is going to be apologizing for a crime that he committed. That don't make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense to me that Kelsey would reveal what hospital Megan's in if Tory Lanez really did shoot 5 times at her best friend to harm her. Really? It doesn't add up. Do that make sense to y'all? Now, this tweet that Nancy Dillon made on day 5 of the trial, it says that the expert agreed with the LAPD that the DNA on the gun was inconclusive when it comes to Tory Lanez, meaning that they could not find Tory Lanez DNA on the weapon. Now, when this information came out, people said, well, Tory Lanez probably wiped off the gun. So you mean to tell me y'all feel like Tory Lanez is that smart and can think that quick on his feet? Because mind you, they said after the shots, they were pulled over immediately. So you mean to tell me Tory Lanez is that smart to think like, okay, let me go ahead and wipe off my DNA and wipe off my prints and everything off the weapon, but not smart enough to think, oh, let me not incriminate myself and apologize for a crime while I'm in jail, while a police officer is probably nearby, and while this call is being recorded. Interesting. Now, along with this evidence, they also released the body cam footage showing Meg Thee Stallion crying in the ambulance. Right? Interesting. And then, of course, the audio from Kelsey's testimony back in September was leaked to all the blogs as well, right? Now, my question is, why is all this evidence being leaked now? I hear some people saying things like, well, I'm sure Megan is upset that this evidence is being put out there. Now, in my opinion, I feel like it's Megan and Megan's team that's putting this information out there. Because you have to think about it. Why all of the prosecution evidence is being leaked, right? What about the defense evidence? What about the actual transcripts? What about the information about the DNA on the weapon? Those records. You get what I'm saying? Are they going to also leak Megan Thee Stallion's audio? Sean Kelly's audio? So we can try to match up testimonies to see if we can piece this together. Now, people's next question might be, what do Megan gain from releasing this information? And I'm going to say this. In my opinion, I feel like she's never been concerned about getting justice. I feel like she's always been more concerned about the public, how the public is going to view her. And I really feel like, for example, from the jump, on August 20th, when Megan revealed that Tory Lanez was her shooter, right? She said the only reason that she's speaking is because what the internet was saying about her, the stories that were out there about her. So she revealed that Tory was the shooter all because of what the public was saying. Even down to the fact when she lied about being intimate with Tory Lanez. When she got on the stand, she said she lied because she was embarrassed. Again, the being driven by what the public may think or what the public might say about her. And that is dangerous because the public is fickle and you can never control the public completely. They will turn on you. So in my opinion, I feel like if it was about justice for Megan, she would have been said who was her shooter when she was getting treated at the hospital. If this was about justice, it wouldn't even be no leaking of evidence and information because Tory Lanez was found guilty of all charges and is in jail right now as we speak. So if it was about justice, you got what you wanted. He is behind bars. But no, it's about the public and what the public think, because there's a lot of people that felt like the evidence was not solid enough to put Tory Lanez behind bars. So the fact that it's chatter about that, all of the prosecutor's evidence is now leaked to the blogs. And not just to any outlet, it's only leaked to the black media. So all of the head media people like Nancy Dillon, Megan, and the other guy, I think his name was like James Quarrel or something like that, they didn't get the leak audio and all this information. But the blogs that they knew was going to reach Megan's audience got the leaked information. Come on, y'all. We got to think. Now, y'all know I always have receipts to back up what I'm saying. So another example of Megan and Megan's team controlling the media and controlling what's being put out there is this. When information came out that Justin's bodyguard was missing, right, and he won't be able to testify in court on the prosecutor's behalf, because remember, they said that he got a confession out of Tory Lanez that he shot Megan, right? So when it came out that he was missing, all of a sudden his news was all on Twitter. Is that a coincidence to y'all? Who do you think leaked his news?
Dad said if I spoke that a sex tape could drop.
Dad said if I spoke that a sex tape could drop.
Now, that was the diss track that Kelsey put out called Bussin' Back, and she said she was threatened if she spoke that a sex tape of hers would drop. Now, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that Justin did not do what I believe Megan and Megan's team wanted him to do? Then all of a sudden his nudes is released. And another example, shout out to DJ Academics. It says NBC News wrote an article claiming Megan Thee Stallion lawyers is about to attack independent media outlets for their coverage of the Tory case. So, for example, Milagro Grams, she's one of the bloggers who were actually in the court for the trial and was giving out coverage, right? Giving out the details. So a lot of her tweets was reported by Megan's team, allegedly, right? And NBC News even reached out to Milagro about their claims that she's putting out false information. So her Twitter actually got locked, but then it was dismissed because they could not find anything that was misinformation on her Twitter. Now, going back to my point, she didn't like what Milagro Grams was saying about the case and the information she was putting out. So she tried to silence her. She tried to take away her platform, even though this is probably how Milagro Grams is eating. This probably is part of her income. But she tried to take away her platform, all because she didn't like what she was saying. And I want y'all to understand this. If Milagro Grams was really spreading lies, do you know that Megan can really sue her? Her lawyers would have sent out paperwork quick if she was telling lies, but guess what? You can't sue someone just because you don't like what they're saying. You can sue someone if they're lying on your character, but if you can't prove that and they're not lying on your character, you just want to control them, then you can't sue someone for that. So that is another example of how she cares about the public view, that she's willing to do certain things. Now to close out my thoughts, right? So the jail call audio that was released, Tory Lanez never revealed what he was apologizing for, right? That's reasonable doubt, right? Okay, boom. Then Kelsey's testimony audio from September that was released. Kelsey said under oath that she felt pressured, right? She only wanted to protect herself and that she lied in that interview. That's reasonable doubt right there, right? Okay. And then the audio, right? The woman said that it was consecutive. But as you can hear in the audio that there was a quick pause in the shots. That's reasonable doubt right there. What happened in that pause? Why was there a pause? Do you get where I'm going with this? So now I want my channel to encourage people to ask questions, right? To not just take what the blogs give you. Ask the questions. Why is this evidence being released now? Who is going to benefit from this evidence being released? If someone is so traumatized by a situation, right, and they just want to move on with their life, why would they release this information to recreate the conversation? The trial is over. The man is behind bars. He's in jail. But she just can't take the fact that it's people that are still supporting Tory Lanez. I feel like Megan and Megan's team, in my opinion, is trying to bury this man. Bury him. He was found guilty of all charges. What else do you want? What else do you want? Right? What else do you want? If you wanted justice, you got the justice. But no, like I said, she want the public. She want the public. What's your thoughts?